What have you used boxes for other than storage or moving or something like that? Have you ever imagined it to be something else? Whether you were making something for your kids, or maybe even you have to go as far back as childhood to remember what um, you used it for other than storage. Hi, I'm Ren with Second Story Materials. And in this video today, we're going to go over some things you can make from cardboard boxes if you decide not to recycle them or donate them um, to a different cause, such as the Box Rescue Project with Second Story Materials. Okay, so I have a few boxes here I'm going to do stuff with. I might need more. Um, let's see, I have my trusty Work Pro box cutter right here. All right, so this box is actually damaged a little bit, but it's not going to be bothersome. So I do have a cat. All my kids are grown, so I'm not going to make like a fort or any kind of dollhouse or anything like that. Um, those were some things I would make as a kid, or just things for my pets. So that's what I'm going to do today, is make a cat castle. I do have a lot of boxes here. Even if I do cut this up, I can still recycle it whenever we're done with it here. So I don't want to keep it around for too long. Anyway, I'm going to test out a couple pieces to see what I want as my base. So I do want to talk a little bit about Second Story Materials and what we're about. We're, we're not like a recycling company. That's not what I'm going to classify us as. We are, transforming natural materials into different things and giving or selling it back to the community that way. So my plan is to, as people start taking the survey that you can get to in the link below, I'll figure out what I'm going to do as far as trying to make money. I might have to take these gloves off now. So, one idea I have is, businesses around here, if they're paying people to break down the boxes before they put them in recycling, that's something I could offer, is to pick up the boxes without you having to break them down. We'll do everything from there. I would want them to be clean boxes, but doesn't necessarily have to. That would, I would want to create a have like a weekly subscription or something like that, a monthly subscription where we would pick it up weekly. So, all y'all would have to do is just store it somewhere until we came and pick it up. Okay, another way would just be donating them to us after you've paid somebody to break them down. Just flatten them out, taking out any of the, package filler, especially stuff that cannot be shredded or made into something else, like the plastics and bubble wrap and stuff like that. I don't need any of that. So, let's see what do we want to do here. Okay, another way would be for residential, just picking up boxes. And honestly, I don't think I'd want to charge, because you have that service to you, and so that would heavily rely on me making some products out of it to resell back to the community, like mulch, some compost carbon, as well as like animal bedding, which I did see some. I was at the pet store yesterday, or Saturday, that's right. So was looking at it. It was mainly for like rabbits and stuff, but it was like highly compressed, and so a lot fit in just like a little squeezed shredded cardboard. All right, we'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. But okay, so those are like the main, as well as some packaging filler. There, as far as I can gather, there's different shredders that make the different make the can shred it, into packaging filler, where you have like the long pieces. So like this piece would just become the flattened, be one large piece, or you can shred it more like wood chips or something, and in different sizes. So you could have bigger pieces for the garden. And as you can get smaller, that's when you would go into like the compost carbon, as well as animal bedding for your smaller animals. If you're using like farm animals, which I've done a little bit of research into, I still have quite a bit to do there. I'm hoping I can get somebody on board willing to help me test out some, but we'll see. I have a couple of people I can approach, I believe, close by. So those will be my main sources without having to get any other kind of equipment. Anyway, but which I am all for, y'all, recycling at home and turning it into something else, whether it is just temporary, you're going to paint it, do other things to it, that's fine. Let's see, what do I want to do here? So Um, um, I did used to make some things out of cardboard, mainly like fort playhouse type things as well for myself. As a parent, I've used it mainly for like to make things for birthday parties. My oldest, when he was 5, the Indiana Jones Crystal Skull movie was really popular. This is kind of difficult. So I made used cardboard, like cut it, flattened it out the inside to where there was no writing or anything on it or tape. Used it to paint hieroglyphics on. I mean, I don't even remember. It was just like random symbols, but and put it on the wall because they had this little obstacle course they had to go on to find like the treasure, which ended up being candy inside of a cooler or something that decorated as a treasure box. And the hieroglyphics were on the stairs, and it like held a clue of what they had to, where they had to go. So that was probably one of my most creative moments with it. And I did use it as like bottom. They had to walk over this like this wood. I just got like a 2x4 or something like that, and they had to walk over it to. And I had on the bottom, I had cardboard and like this glued down red fiery, like made fiery type lava and stuff out of it. So maybe snakes too. I think I included some plastic snakes somewhere, just probably from like Dollar General, because I was pretty young at the moment. It was really fun. We even had like dry ice coming down the stairs, and the hieroglyphics were on the stairs, like going up. And I rolled like an exercise ball down the stairs when they started coming up. So she has a way to get up in there. I might, this side does not open, but I might make it, now the hole's right here in the middle. I might make a little window for her to go through. Let's see. That would be going through 2 different ones. I think I need to just reinforce that side since there isn't anything on there. Some other things that you might make out of some with your children are like cars. That's a good one. Cardboard box cars. If you put multiple layers together, then it'll be pretty sturdy and can actually hold people with wheels and everything. So, And they can have fun painting it and doing whatever they want. Like that. So, it's like multiple days of fun getting to decorate it, even though, as a parent, we know we're like the ones who end up doing all the work, but still, it becomes super good memories for those kiddos. Let's see here. We used to use them and make like props for whenever we would do, when we would do like play or record, we used to like record and pretend like we were like reporters or something like that. So it might be the back drop stand for like our weather report, or even like the desk, decorate it so it looks like the news. So what else? Oh yeah, something my cat just loves going in boxes if they're just as soon as I empty them out. So we'll see if she likes this. I need to make a way for her to actually get in. That would help. I'm gonna cut out a spot right here. And then if I should have done it before I designed, but that's gonna happen. Even when I just lay them flat on the ground, she likes just laying on a flat piece of cardboard. So it doesn't have to be like anything special. You don't have to make too much out of it. Oops, let's go this way, away. Another thing I've made used it for after flattening out, especially ones like that you're not going to be shredding or mulching. That like use it for other things that are temporary. I have this I'm replanting on my aloes, and so I laid them across a flat piece of cardboard. Later, after a minute, I'm about to go to I don't know if I'm gonna go to Lowe's or Home Depot, but I'm just gonna get some like spray to spray down this, like with either a clear coat. I might put some paint, Rust-Oleum type stuff, and use it in one of the garden areas for a vine to go up. It will get hot. That is metal. It's my only concern as well, so I gotta be careful. I might try to figure something else out with it, but anyway, and I do have my bar stool chairs that I want to paint. a different color. And I'm going to use boxes to lay down instead of like a paint cloth, if, especially if you don't have one. They make a great coverage area as well as protecting any kind of furniture from getting dinged or getting more mess on them after you've cleaned them up, getting them prepared to be painted or whatever, sand. Anyway, the cat's actually sleeping up there. She has no clue. Anyway, you can see the hole. She can go all the way down. I do have it covered on the concrete. If I wanted to, I could have kept that all as one piece, but I'm not. I could move it even like outside, and so the ground part would be on the grass, which would be kind of nice and cool for her in this hot day. Like, we're based in Texas, so it's gonna get up above 100 for the next couple weeks. So I've heard. Not looked into that, but it will provide some shade for her out there. I do have a wooden box that she uses as well. And some other little areas. Okay, so I would love for you down in the comments to tell me what's one of the most creative things you've made with cardboard boxes. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the page. Let's see this page grow from 0 to 100 this week. I would love to see that happen. If you click the link in the bio, you can take and give us our email. I'm going to start doing like exclusive, just talk about the business a little bit more through there, just a monthly newsletter. Some of the latest stuff you'll get, as well as access to the survey. So just trying to figure out how many boxes you get, what you do with them, and what you would be willing to do with them. Hey again, I'm Ren with Second Story Materials. And I believe that every natural material has a second story. Come help shape the Box Rescue project. Click the link in the bio and to follow us along and give some input there. I'd love to hear more. And until next time, keep rescuing boxes.